Just a friendly upfront warning, there is definitely going to be spoilers in this, so if you don't want any of it spoiled, then thank you for clicking, but this probably won't be the video for you. Chapter 8 of Toyotaro's manga adaptation of Dragon Ball Super has dropped online today. It hasn't been perfectly translated into English, so to be honest we've only got snippets to go on, but contextually from the pictures we're all going to be able to tell what's going on for the most part. There might be slight incorrections here and there, but for the most part everything's as good as gold. So obviously because of this I haven't got exact translations to everything going on, so I'm doing brief references here to let you guys know what happens in moderation. So I hope you enjoy anyway, and here's the new information we've got. We've got loads of new information on Cabba, as his name has now been, I want to say confirmed to be pronounced, but there's also another way of pronouncing it, allegedly Kyabe. The most important part on it is the fact we know it's a pun on cabbage, so although I've been calling him Kyabe, I'm now going to go on to call him Cabba. Less so information on the others, but we'll do the rundown anyway. Before I get into anything else though, we've got little to no new information on Hit, which makes me believe he's a secret weapon in all of this. So anyway, let's just crack on with this. So, we've got new Saiyan history for Cabba. Apparently, in their universe, Universe 6, the Saiyans aren't planet sharks or planet stealers. In fact, they're all pure-hearted and hired to stop bad guys in their universe. Which immediately makes me question how many of these Saiyans are actually Super Saiyan gods. If they've got 6 pure-hearted Saiyans that can perform the ritual, they could all literally be Super Saiyan gods. Perhaps this is a way of them marketing the red hair form, and perhaps not many of them can actually turn Super Saiyan blue. Maybe they've learnt to master the red form, because it's interesting that maybe the legendary Super Saiyan form is actually elusive to their kind, but the Super Saiyan God form is actually really common to them, so who knows? Maybe that's the upside that Goku and Vegeta have got because they learnt how to do that very first transformation, so that could be their ace in the hole there. But yeah, so apparently they're from planet Salad, the original planet of the Saiyans. Even in Universe 7, that planet actually existed at the original home of the Saiyans, but was destroyed and they moved to a planet we know as Planet Vegeta. It's also revealed that in Universe 6, Saiyans have evolved past the need of tails. Whether this means they can transform without them, or whether they transform into Uzarus at all is actually yet to be seen, but I'm sure it'll get covered at some point. The amount of information these manga chapters are dropping is amazing, so I'm sure we'll get it covered. All the Saiyans still live on Planet Salad in Universe 6, which is pretty cool. Gives us the opportunity to meet plenty of new Saiyans. And this one's really interesting as well. Cabba's clothes are the original Saiyan uniforms, the uniforms that the Saiyans of Universe 7 had even before Frieza enslaved them and gave them all his uniforms. So, Vegeta states that the remaining Saiyans of Universe 7 aren't planet sharks either, and asks if he can visit Planet Salad of Universe 6 one day. Cabba says of course, and this is the first glimpse of more Dragon Ball to come after this arc. Obviously nothing's been confirmed at this point, but come on, with the amount of stuff that they're building on here, they're introducing far too many new ideas and characters and planets, so the possibility is going to be endless the way they're going. So that's pretty much all the rundown we've got on the new stuff with Cabba, but to be honest with you, that is a lot of information, not just from, Universe 6, but for Universe 7 as well. Don't get it confused with the episode of Bardock stuff, because again, it's just a special. That's nothing really to go on. Don't put too much of your stock in that. Right, so Magetta, or Magetta, I'm still not really sure how to pronounce that name, but I've seen the spelling, and the spelling's good enough for me. So, Magetta appears to be an alien species called Metalman from a robotic planet, which kind of reminds me of the sound of Gil or Giru from GT, but I'm not really digging that because, I still feel there's going to be a twist with him somehow. That was just going to be a wasted character, you know what I mean? So I think there's going to be something else going on. Frost appears to be a good guy. Piccolo searches his feelings, senses he's hiding something, but doesn't really get any evil presence from him. He doesn't really go into too much information more than that, but we can probably assume that the transformations of what he's hiding. Come on, it's just in Frieza's race nature, really. So as far as the story goes, Majin Buu has failed the written test. The dude couldn't even spell his own name. We all saw it coming, we all predicted it straight after Vegeta asked for that test. Come on. It's a wonder that Goku's managed to pass it, but that was just looking like it was going to be some setup. He claims he's never done anything like this before, which does make sense, but come on. So the next question is, who's going to replace him? Anybody? Doesn't Gohan seem like the obvious place to go, considering the fact he's at a meeting, which, unless his meeting coincidentally is taking place in the hyperbolic time chamber or the room of spirit and time, it just seems like it's an obvious setup to me, judging by the feedback. I mean, come on, Toriyama has spent the entirety of Dragon Ball Z building him up. I'm pretty sure he's not just going to drop him in the dirt. He seems like the obvious choice to put in at this point. He's the only person not in the crowd, really, at the tournament, so... But doesn't that make it too many Saiyans in the tournament? It bugs me slightly. I mean, I like having different alien races and stuff. I mean, it'd be nice if they stuck an Earthling in there, to be honest, considering the fact they're fighting for the Earth. But, of course, Beerus is fucking raging at this point, because now Boo's stolen his pudding, he's fucked his team up, and there's no one to replace him with. Great. Can't blame him, really. It's made apparent that you have to score at least half the marks to pass the test, and Goku gets exactly 50 out of 100, and Boo couldn't even finish his name. Beerus covers the arena in a barrier so nobody can get hurt in the audience. That's a nice little way of putting it, because I mean it distracts from having the stuff with Majin Vegeta happening all over again, so at least we know that we don't have to keep focusing on the people in the crowd. I think that's a pretty good way of doing it. Team Universe 7's combat order goes in the order of Goku, Piccolo, Vegeta and Monaka. That's obviously not a massive spoiler, it's just that gets given out at the beginning of it anyway. It's made apparent that this tournament is like Uranai Barba's tournament from Dragon Ball, so if you haven't seen that, I suggest you go and watch that first. It's the one with Devilman and the Vampire Man and the Invisible Man, etc, etc, etc. But it's going to go in Elimination Survivor Series style, which I've always been a massive fan of the idea. So like Goku goes first, if Goku beats Botamo, Goku stays on until defeated. If Goku loses, Botamo stays on and the next member of Goku's team comes out, and so on and so forth. If you don't know what it is, go watch a Survivor Series match or something from WWE and you'll probably get the gist of it. Now the most exciting part, the announcer comes out and announces the beginning of the tournament, but not before it would appear they've got some resident penguin to come out and sing some sort of national anthem. Beerus and Whis immediately stand to attention and honour. The penguin sings his heart out for all of us lucky souls, and with that we see everyone is shocked in the audience and the penguin bows and fucks off. So I'm assuming that everybody else there loved it except all the Earthlings, so you know, that's whatever. I mean, we're not all going to have the same music taste. I'm pretty sure half my subscribers won't share the same music taste as me. So anyway, it kicks straight into Goku versus Botamo. Goku's super cocky and thinks he can beat them all. He of course is drawn to go first, so this is pretty much a good sign he's not going to be the one to win this. I quite like that though, because it leaves all of the mystery as to who's actually going to win. The fact that Monaka's going last, it would appear to me that Monaka's going to get the win. Which again would lead me on to many more thoughts about where this story's going to go afterwards. Because then at some point surely we're going to have to get a Monaka versus Goku fight. I mean, there are so many things that they need to do with this, I'm sure it's not going to end here. So, actually, I mean, if we compare it to like the Cell games, just look at the fact that Goku went first and that meant no one else would fight, so, you know, whatever. Botamo makes a massive dash towards Goku. We realise he's super fast and Goku spends part of the match trying to wear him out. So he keeps dodging and spends most of his panels evading his attacks, such as his ear beams, which is an interesting one, but I suppose what else could they do with his character design? Goku gets one massive smack in and launches Botamo across the ring where it looks like he's about to be eliminated. Shampoo and Vados ponder whether they've underestimated the Saiyans of Universe 7, but laughs and suggests Botamo has his own surprises. Botamo hops straight back to his feet and catches Goku off guard, and that's where the chapter ends. Now, for what his surprises are, I've got no idea what's planned, whether it's a transformation, whether it's an attack. Personally, I doubt it's a transformation simply because we know how many of these characters are probably going to end up transforming. Just between Frost and Cabba, there's a good chance that they could transform many times between them. With all these implied transformations, it would be really overkill if they had Botamo do that as well. But anyway, that pretty much wraps up all of this information from the manga chapter then, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and stay tuned for more information and speculation on the channel. Leave a like, comment and subscribe to start training on World King Kanji's planet, and I shall catch you all later. See you later, guys.